Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. Michael Zuber, one rental at a time, back with his personal coach and friend of the channel, Mr. Adrian Hernandez. How you doing, sir?
I'm alive. I'm excited, ready to wrap this up, man. It's been a good week. It's been a beautiful week. And
awesome.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. I'm gone for a week, for a whole week. So
Woohoo.
the week before you're gone, it's like, yeah.
I got you.
And then mentally you start checking out like a day before.
Yeah. Honey, where's the suitcase?
That's awesome. Yesterday, I'm cleaning my shoes. My wife, my golf, because we're going golfing. I'm cleaning my golf shoes. She's like, "You're already there."
Yeah, exactly. You're already on the first tee. That's hilarious. Hey, so one of the things to wrap up these three sessions, kind of tying it together, right? Winter is coming. Belief is episode 2. Kind of an 80-20 rule that I think is important to understand. So let's talk about that.
Well, we'll start with the mindset of 80-20, right? Mm-hmm. And this is something you may have heard Tony Robbins talk about. He says that this business, and I believe this, I'm going to talk about Tony and then we're going to go into real estate. Yep. So he says business is 80% psychology, 80% what is going on between the 6 inches in between our ears, right? The most expensive real estate, 80% psychology, 20% resourcefulness. So 20% what we actually do. And then it's interesting because when you look at real estate, I think that it's more like 90-10. I think that it's more 90% mindset, 10% what they do, because I know a lot of people that take a lot of action, but they don't get anywhere. And a lot of that has to do with what's going on up here. And then we all know the 80-20 in action and results. 80% of our income is typically driven based off of 20% of what we do throughout the day. 80% of what we actually accomplish is done within 20% of the day. And 20% of what we do, 80% of the time, it's not really that effective, which is important to understand for all of us. What is the highest and best use of your time in your business? And how do we focus that 80% there?
Wow. I mean, when I think about everything that I do and I try to teach, the how to get started one rental at a time, it's kind of all just right there, right? If you're just starting out, it all starts with buy box and daily discipline. There are so many other things in the course, ignore, right? In the beginning, that's the focus. If you get lost anywhere else in the course, you're not paying attention.
Yeah.
Right. Step 1 is buy box, daily discipline. Start tracking what's going on. It will start to speak to you. Then once you have that, it morphs into your network. This is a big weakness of mine the first 5 years, which I've admitted plenty of times. I thought the answer lived in Excel, which again was kind of step 1. It was building the spreadsheet and getting the heartbeat of the Mayfair District 93703 back in 2002. But where I should have gone next is realize that my greatest weakness is I knew nothing about my market. I never lived in it, didn't know anybody, had no referrals. I was not set up for success, but I just kept grinding on the first step.
Right.
I should have morphed into networking. That's why, what rule is it? Number 3, rule number 3, grow your network, meet more people, network, ask. This is a people business. It is not spreadsheets. It's not sticks and bricks. It's a people business. Everything in real estate is people, right? So get off your can and meet more people. So for me, that 80-20 is so perfect because for me, it's very easy to try to get lost in the 100 based on where you are in your journey. There is a piece of this that is most important, most impactful. Once you get that, then it goes to something else. So the 80-20 is so powerful. And again, it'll change as you evolve.
And as what you're talking about, you have them create the buy box. You notice how Michael doesn't have you go out and start door knocking right away. You notice how it's not a doing right away.
No,
it's a mindset right away. It's understanding the buy box. It's understanding what you need to target. Because if not, guys, I want you to think about you just carrying a machine gun and shooting everywhere and hoping that you're going to hit something. Can a blind squirrel eventually find a nut? Absolutely. Of course they can. But do you want to be the blind squirrel or do you want to be the sniper? And that
Yeah.
goes with what Michael's talking about, studying the buy box, taking that 1, 2, 3 step that he talks about in the course versus just going out there and door knocking to your eyes bleed. You guys,
Yeah.
I did that. And do you make money? You make a little bit, but you're not, it's not,
If
not
you
scalable, and it's not going to last. There's no longevity to it.
exactly, here's the deal. I've known lots of people, whether it be buy and hold investors like me or wholesalers or flippers, they just go, 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 go. And the worst thing that can happen, Adrian, this is the absolute worst. They could get a deal in the first 30 days.
The
And
worst.
they could get a deal where they make money.
Yep.
It is the same thing like going to a casino. If you go to a casino with $100 and you're playing first time you've ever been there and you win $2,000 or $3,000, I guarantee you over the next couple of decades, you're going to lose your ass because you will always remember that first one. You won't be disciplined. You'll be that high school quarterback who never threw another pass because that one time you had a touchdown, and it'll be the only story you ever tell. Folks, it's a process. This is a business that takes lots of effort. Learn where you are, own where you are, do the work where you are, and then build when the time comes.
That is so good. And as you're saying that, I think back to when I was door knocking. I think it was like 6 months in. The 6th month, I finally got a listing, and it created so much like certainty that my whole business was revolved around knocking 100 doors a day because I knew like I was just waiting for that one.
Yes.
And you guys, was that, I mean, did it work? Yes. But I had to work backwards 2 years after that.
Yeah.
I had to go back and relearn. I had to go back and unlearn some shit that I learned.
Yes, exactly.
Because it wasn't the right way, right? There are 1,000 ways to do this. I hope you guys follow. If you're on this channel, I'm assuming that you are following the Borat rules. I'm assuming that you are at least listening to the book, reading the book, and implementing it, because the other way will cost you time, and it will cost you, I don't want to say it's money, because it's not really money. It's going to cost you a lot of opportunity.
Yeah. Opportunity cost is what an economist would call that, right? Because again, there's a couple of things, right? Once a day is gone, you never get it back. Frankly, money can be replaced. Time can't.
Right.
You know, if you're out doing the one door knocking 1 in 100 because you got lucky and it just taught you that, there are other ways. And again, I know plenty of people that went to the casino, college graduation, bachelor party, whatever. You won that first time. And I still hear about this story. I still hear about that one win. And there's a buddy of mine who won 10 grand his first trip. I sat him down the other day because he still goes to the Pepper Mill or whatever it is in Reno. He's lost over $100,000 trying to get that 10 grand back. Wow. It's just, dude, stop. There's a reason the casinos are so damn big.
Yes. That is funny. That is stupid. I haven't heard it phrased that way. And when you did it, was bringing back so many thoughts.
There you go. So folks, the 80-20 rule is real. And for me, it's know where you are, own where you are, and keep going. So how do you wrap this up?
Remember the story of the 2 men that were both hired to chop down a tree. They were both given an axe, and the tree were the same size. They both had 4 hours to take down this tree. They were given a time limit, 4 hours to take down this tree. They both have the same axe, and the first guy grabs the axe, and they say, "You guys ready?" They both looked at each other. Go. First guy grabs the axe, just starts wailing at the tree. Wham, wham, wham. 1 hour goes by, wailing at the tree. Wham, wham. An hour and a half goes by, wailing at the tree. And he looks over, and the other guy hasn't even touched the tree with his axe. The other guy's sitting there with the rock, and he's just sharpening the blade, sharpening the blade, sharpening the blade. The other guy looks over, and he goes, "Oh, I got this guy beat." Starts hitting it again as hard as he can. 3 hours go by, and the guy's still hitting the tree. The other guy puts down the rock, grabs the axe, slap, 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 slap. Tree falls. Maybe knocks down the tree in 10 minutes. The other guy, 4.5 hours in, still hitting the tree. 5 hours in, still hitting the tree. Doesn't make the time limit. Moral of this story: don't focus so much on doing, focus more on sharpening your axe, because you're much more effective. you're going to take down that deal much faster than you think of you having to hit it and hit it and hit it. And most importantly, that axe sometimes is different. That axe can be your mind. That axe can be the skills. That axe can be your routine. There are 1,000 different axes that we have. You got to identify it, but spend more time sharpening it versus hitting it.
Love that, man. Thank you for all you do. Thank you for giving me advice. Keep my mind right. I appreciate you. Where can people find you?
Instagram at Adrian Hernandez, YouTube at Adrian Hernandez.
Thanks, buddy.
On Facebook.